Yo, what is going on everybody? Burger Creations back here with another video. And honestly, I'm really excited for this one because I want to show you guys what my favorite filament is to use right now, because honestly, anything I've printed from it just comes out awesome. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe down below and hit the bell to get any notifications so you always get notified when I upload. I mean, I pretty much upload every Friday. I do miss a couple Fridays here and there, but I'm hoping to basically stay pretty consistent. Now, before we get into the actual video about my favorite filament, I am super excited to announce that my Etsy shop has relaunched and is now open. Go to www.etsy.com/shop/burgercreations to get all my new products, including the darksaber, the DC-17 blaster, redesign of the Razor Crest with a stand, some signs, and more. Make sure you guys check out the shop. Even if you're not even interested, share it with others, help me out. And honestly, thank you guys so much for all the recent support on Instagram, my YouTube videos, and on my Etsy shop. I'm looking to maybe even release a Burger Creations TikTok to show you guys behind the scenes of 3D printing, behind the scenes of making videos, and just other projects that I'm working on and not filming. If you guys want to see that, leave a like on this video and let me know down in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get back to this video and let me show you what the best filament is to use and will make any 3D print look amazing without any extra work. So this filament right here is, in my opinion, the best filament that I have used so far. Every time I do a 3D print with it, it just comes out amazing. There's other filaments, like other colors that are similar to this one, but I've found that this color just works with everything. There's no need to add paint towards the end unless you really want to, because the design that comes out right after this is honestly ready to be put out on a table, ready to be put on display, and always looks awesome. Now this filament is the Airy One Silk Copper Filament. So this filament is honestly amazing, and all the prints that come out of this absolutely look gorgeous. I've done a few prints because I got a small roll of this at first. It came with a gold and a copper. I did the gold, wasn't crazy about the gold, it just looked like a yellow, but when I did the copper, it looked awesome. If you actually saw on my Instagram, I think a while ago, I posted a statue of the Mandalorian in this filament. And I haven't worked with much of it since because I've been busy doing Etsy shop and other creations, but today I've got 4 prints for you guys so we can try out and see how awesome this filament is. So without further ado, let's get these printers on, let's get them running, and let's get to our 4 3D prints that I have to show off to you guys today. Guys, so all the prints are finally finished. I just got finished taking off the supports, and let's get right into it. So the first 3D print I want to show you guys is this awesome Pirates of the Caribbean coin. So this Pirates of the Caribbean coin I printed straight up, and I did it with a raft and minimal supports right under the edge. Now, if you guys recognize this coin, this is a coin from the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Curse of the Black Pearl, and I know those coins are gold, but I mean, look at this. This thing looks incredible. The copper just looks insane with this. I mean, it is ready to go right on your shelf or to be given as a gift. It looks absolutely beautiful. So this coin is double-sided. That's why I did print it straight up rather than flat down. And just look at the detail, the incredible detail that goes into this coin. Honestly, shout out to the designer of this coin. All the prints that I have will be linked in the description to the Thingiverse account, so that way if you guys have a 3D printer yourself and you want to try out these prints, you can go right down there and try them out for yourself. So this next 3D print that I got was actually kind of inspired from the hit popular Netflix series over the past year or so was Queen's Gambit, and this is a little bit of an oversized, but it's a copper spiral knight piece for a chessboard. Now this thing also came out incredible, even better than I thought it would come out. So this is a spiral chess piece for your chessboard. It is the knight set, so obviously you can only move in L's. I did oversize this piece. I made it larger so you guys could see the details, and also I just wanted a bigger piece. I'm even tempted to make this thing absolutely huge to put on display because I think it would look gorgeous on display. I think it would look incredible. Now there's a bunch of different chess pieces and different chess sets on Thingiverse. I like this one specifically because I wanted to do the knight, and this one actually had a really nice detailed horse head on top of it, as well as the spiral underneath. Now this thing was also awesome because it required no support, so literally all I did was a raft. Once it came off, I popped it right off and it is ready to go. I used a lighter to get off the little bit of stringing, but pretty much really no extra work needed, and I can either use this to play in a chess game if I have more pieces or a full chess set, or I can oversize it or do this size and put it as a desk or as something on the shelf. I just think the copper, again, just magnifies all the details in this horse, especially when you look at the hair, the eyes, and the ear, and it just shines so beautifully. And it's great because there's no extra work needed after the print. If you guys are like me, I'm not the most skilled painter, so I like to try to minimize the amount of painting afterwards because I want it to be as high quality as possible, and I know probably the less I touch it with paint, the more high quality it will be. So that's maybe why even this copper filament is my favorite filament. Now this next piece is something that I was scrolling through Thingiverse and I looked at it and I was like, you know what, this kind of would look cool in a copper filament. It's not my favorite because the legs are a little bit weak. I actually had to solder the legs back on, but it still looks pretty good, and this is a low poly wolf. This low poly wolf does look pretty cool, and I love the low poly triangles and the effect it has with the silk filament itself. As you can see, when it's churning with the light and everything, even just spinning as it is sitting right there, you can see the light kind of reflecting it off in angles. Now, the printer definitely, I think, struggled on this one a little bit more. This was actually the first 3D print that I did with the copper filament. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but you can see a lot of imperfections towards the top. Now, this was kind of the only 3D print to do this, so I wonder if it was just the strand of filament towards the top of the actual reel that did this, or I don't know, I have no idea. Not my most favorite print, but still something really cool and has a lot of potential because there's a lot of really cool low poly things on Thingiverse, and I think printing those with this copper filament will look sick because just the reflection off the triangles is amazing. And if you have this again on a shelf or you give it as a gift, it'll just look really cool, and it looks like real metal. That's another thing. This thing looks like it's really made out of copper, and it's awesome that it's just plastic. Sadly, we're up to our last print. I know you're disappointed, I'm disappointed, but don't worry, we got a new video coming out next week, so make sure you guys subscribe down below to make sure you don't miss that. So I wanted to hop on kind of this Pokemon craze going on. I know McDonald's just released Pokemon cards, I think, and people are buying hundreds of them, and I know people are swarming Target buying all these packs. So I wanted to kind of jump on this Pokemon craze by making a figure out of this copper filament, and that is where this Squirtle comes into play. So this is the Pokemon Squirtle. I don't know too much about Pokemon, but I know this is like one of the first guys or first levels Pokemon. I might be wrong, but I know it is one of the first Generation 1 Pokemon. And honestly, this thing looks amazing in copper filament. I mean, looking at the back, the turtle shell, the one downside is you have the filament line going right through that. I know you can probably adjust it through Kira. I just didn't for this video. That is my mistake. But if you look at the detail of the shell and the copper, it looks awesome. Even in the tail and its face. Look at the face of this figure, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. The copper filament again just kind of amplifies those small details. Like, this isn't anything crazy detailed, however it just looks just like it does in the TV show, just like you can see online. And it also just looks awesome because it looks like it's made out of copper. That's like one of the coolest things about these metallic filaments and other like special filaments, is they can make it look like wood, make it look like metal or anything without the actual need to use that. So guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know what was your favorite 3D print, and also let me know what else should I print with this copper filament. I hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your day. Follow me on Instagram, check me out on my Etsy shop, and that's been it, guys. Peace.